All right, what's good, everyone? So, welcome back to another episode of this hardcore randomized radical red tier list. And today's type is grass type. So, for the tier list, I'm adding a tier. It is called the garbage tier because I was kind of looking at my previous tiers and like how I was categorizing everything. And I actually think in the unusable tier, there were Pokemon that like could get used. So like now I'm gonna put in a garbage tier, meaning they're still bad, they're still absolute garbage, but they could get used in a situation due to the fact that their typing is like the only mon that lets you use it for that situation. Like I have used garbage Pokemon and gotten away with it. Um, that way, the unusable tier is purely Pokemon that will not get touched if for some reason you have to use them. So starting out, we've got base Venusaur. In the poison type, we put him in ability dependent, and I think I'm going to keep him there because he's a decent Pokemon, but he still has like 80 physical defense and like 100 special attack and 80 something speed. So like he's not that good, but the typing is good, right? Mega Venusaur is just better. It doesn't get the item, but to go from 80 physical defense to 120 physical defense and special defense plus 120 special attack is good. Vileplume is garbage. It's just a worse version of Venusaur with more special attack, but that doesn't really matter. Parasect is usable. When we did the bug type tier list, Parasect is not that high of stats, but he's got enough physical bulk to withstand some ground attacks. Like he can withstand ground attacks and do okay. Like he resists quad resists ground, and then he resists fighting, which works pretty well. And he learns great moves. Like he learns X Scissor, and he learns cross poison, and he learns Sappy Seed decently early. He learns Leaf Blade early, but I think he learns Sappy Seed like maybe before Sabrina, possibly after though. I'm not sure if it's before or after Sabrina. But either way, this thing you could swap this in. Like you will be sacking this, but you could swap it into a jelly scent water spout and then Sappy Seed delete the jelly scent. Like that is a thing. You can do that. This thing is slow enough to go first in Sabrina when it's facing off against Magearna and jelly scent. It's slower than both of those. Victory Bell is just worse than Vileplume. Hisuian Electrode is fast enough to be useful, but I'm not going to put him in usable. He's still garbage. He's frail as sin. His job is basically to click Volt Switch, right? You're either clicking Volt Switch or Giga Drain. He doesn't learn Chloroblast for a long time, but he's fast enough to be more useful than Venusaur. Executor is pretty bad. Yeah, he's not good. His Alolan Executor just purely due. He's actually like I think worse stat spread than Executor. Like he's like got less bulk and he's got more physical attack, but he's like a mixed attacker. But because his typing is Grass Dragon, which is better than Grass Psychic, he'll get used. Tangela, we're not going to rank. Meganium is dead good. Meganium, like a bulky grass fairy. Meganium is the best grass fairy type in Radical Red. Into like things like the Sceptile, it's an answer to like almost every Sceptile. Uh, it works against Surges, like Surge 1. It beats the the Mega Ampharos. It beats a lot of things. Surprise! It's a terrible type in general, but for some reason in Radical Red, the typing works really well. Blossom is the same typing as Meganium, but with a lot less stat. It has more special attack at the cost of being less bulky. It's probably the same as Meganium. It's like equally especially bulky. It's just less physically bulky. Same typing, better special attack. It's probably fine. I think Meganium is better, but I don't actually think Blossom learns moves. But because it's like one of those weird stone evolutions, I think it possibly starts with Moonblast, which would be cool, but I'm not sure. Jumpluff is garbage, or not garbage. It's unusable. It's like you're not using that. Same with some Flora, unusable. You're not going to touch it. Celebi is terrible typing, 600 base stat, which is cool. It's not that good early game. It doesn't learn good moves. But we'll put it in ability dependent. Like I'm sure you could use this if it has a good ability, right? So yeah, it's probably even better than. Yeah, it's probably better than Venusaur late game, which nobody gets to late game. If you're playing legitimate, like if you're playing this game like actually strict rule set wise, and you make it past Blaine, good for you. That's insane. If you even make it past Sabrina, good for you. It's crazy. Um, Sceptile is probably we'll put him at the bottom of ability dependent. He's like garbage, but he's got 120 speed, so maybe with a good ability he might get used. Mega Sceptile we'll put ahead of Electrode, sort of in the same situation as Sceptile. It's just got more stats all around. Ludicolo is a great Pokemon, great typing. Water Grass is a fantastic typing. Like quad resisting water without being weak to ice, electric, and grass is useful. And it's got like fake out, icy winds for like support battles. It's like decently specially bulky. It's pretty physically frail, but it's okay. It gets away with it. I'm gonna put it in the usable tier, mainly for double battles. Like this is never gonna be an answer in singles, except for like I guess the whale lord. Like if you make it all the way to the Mewtwo Cave, Cerulean Cave, and you fight the double against Archer and Ariana, this thing is a great answer to the Whale Lord. But the Whale Lord's not your problem. The Whale Lord's not a problem in that fight. But it does do well into stuff like that. Shift Tree is next. Shift Tree is garbage, but we'll put him because he learns Fake Out and Sucker Punch. We'll put him, and I guess he does learn the Edge move, the Spikes move. I just don't know when he learns it, or maybe he doesn't learn it. Maybe they just give it to the Shift Tree in the boss battle, because sometimes they do that. Uh, but either way, he's not great. He might learn. He might learn. We'll put him in front of Electra because I think he actually gets access to the move uh, Parting Shot. Cacturn is a horrible Pokemon. Grass Dark, which it's frail as sin, so it's never going to be useful. But it learns Sucker Punch, so it's automatically going above like everything in the like almost everything in the garbage tier because of Sucker Punch, and it has 120 attack, so it's like whatever. Breloom is great typing. Unfortunately, it doesn't have the stats to support the typing that it is, so it is sort of just gonna inch in front of Sceptile, but good typing. Cradily is surprisingly an okay typing. Rock and Grass is like an okay typing. Like you're losing the water weakness, which is okay. Um, but this thing does get toxic. So I'm not like if I was doing this for a tier list purely on me, I don't do like toxic strats in hardcore because I think they're actually difficult to play around. in hardcore because it's hard to sustain through damage and wait for the toxic to become relevant. And stuff in hardcore does so much damage. So like uh, I would put it like down here ish in like the ability dependent. But if you are somebody that is good at using toxic and hardcore, I'm sure this thing would end up being like up here. Same with Meganium. Meganium is another one that learns Toxic. I don't use Toxic on Meganium ever, despite actually using Meganium a lot. But Meganium and Cradily both learn Toxic. They're one of the two of the few Pokemon in the game that learn Toxic. So, Tropius sucks. We'll put it above Jump Bluff in the unusable. It is not good. Torterra is good. It's like a powerful ground type that does okay in certain situations. Probably not as good as Parasect though, despite being a better Pokemon than Parasect. I think a ground bug just oddly enough slots it into like pretty handily into like three different fights where you're dealing with like ground and fighting moves. Um, but Torterra does well into like ground and rock moves, which actually is probably more common. So yeah, Torterra is probably better than Parasect. And now we got a bunch of garbage Pokemon. Roserade is like I guess a better version than Vileplume. It's like a better Pokemon than everything on this list, but its moves don't really allow it to be better in Radical Red. Like it's not fast enough to be useful, and it doesn't learn priority, so who cares? Cherum. Oh no, Wormadon is next. The if we're like the bug steel type Wormadon would probably go at the bottom of garbage, but it doesn't really matter. It it's like, oh, but you said grass bugs are good, right? Because it's the same typing as Parasect. Yeah, but it also doesn't do what Parasect does. So it's not a good typing if it can't actually then win against the ground types that it's supposed to win against. So it can't do anything. And it like doesn't learn any like supportive moves. Sticky web's not a thing, so Blossom Cherum is not a real Pokemon. Base Cherum is like garbage. Well, I think it has more base stat than Sunflora, so we'll put it in front of Sunflora. But who cares? Carnivine, I think, is a pure grass type. I don't think it's a grass dark type in Radical Red for the stab crunch. So we'll put it like I guess in above. It doesn't really matter, but we'll put it above Cherum because it probably has higher stats than Cherum. Abomastow, it learns Ice Shard, right? So we'll put it at the top of unusable. But I've never. It's a horrible type. Ice grass is a horrible type. It has horrible stats, and it has like one redeeming, like only like having Ice Shard as your only positive trait is not good enough to put you in the garbage tier. Same with Mega Abomasnow. Like this thing can't get used. Like it's like a 595 base stat total Pokemon with no item, but it's slow as heck. And unfortunately, even in Sabrina, this thing can't get used. Cause like sure, it could maybe win against the Jellicent, but if you're doing the fight properly and you bait out Jellicent and Magearna, it's getting deleted by Magearna, and it probably can't one shot Jellicent. So like it will go first. It will Giga Drain or maybe Energy Ball. Energy Ball. Energy Ball might kill. Energy Ball might kill the Jellicent. In which case, then it just dies to a Focus Blast. But I don't know. I mean, it's 600 base stat total, right? So we'll put it. Stupid. We'll put it up here. Like whatever. For the people that really like Abomasnow, there you go. Tangrowth is good. This thing is borderline. Like in the early game, it's got super high physical defense. It's probably not as good. We'll put it here. It's got really high physical defense, especially frail, but it learns like knockoff. It learns Giga Drain. It's a mixed attacker, but it's like a mixed attacker that doesn't have terrible bulk on both sides. Like it's got physical bulk, so it is usable, especially in the early game, and maybe less and less as the game goes on. But you could find a good way to sack it in the mid to late game. Leafeon, great Pokemon. Great Pokemon. I'm definitely biased here, but we are going to slot it probably above Breloom in the sense that it's got good stats, right? 525 base stat. It's got 130 base defense, 110 base attack, and then 95 base speed, which is not like that's usable. And it learns like Stomping Tantrum, Dig, uh, Brick Break, Leaf Blade, Grass Whistle, which you're never going to use, but it does learn Grass Whistle. I guess if it gets Compound Eyes, you could be Grass Whistling with this thing, maybe. 85 accurate Grass Whistle. Doesn't sound terrible. Rotom Mo. I mean, I don't. This is like a weird one. Somebody in the comments said something about like, oh, but Rotom should be higher ranked because it's got like a bunch of like it's like six different abilities and whatever, and it's like yeah, it's valid, but you're never going to be using a 480 base stat total Ghost Electric Rotom. Like even if it is uh feline prowess, you're probably not using that. You're only going to be using the appliance Rotoms. So it's like five different abilities, but most of the types are so bad. Like Ice Electric sucks, Fire Electric sucks, Grass Electric is not great. And then like the only good types are the Water Electric and the Flying Electric, but the moves are not good. Like in the early game, this doesn't learn a grass move in the early game until it's like it only has Shockwave. Like you're just using Shockwave, that's it, and like Confuse Ray. Maybe Thunderwave. I don't know. Thunderwave isn't a great strat though to play around. I, I don't think it's very good, but I will sort of comply with the person that said that Rotom should be ranked higher because it does make sense. And like if you watch like people who play this game at like more competently, like Shady, I mean Shady's not that great, but he does well. He uses Rotom a good amount, so we'll put it above Mega Sceptile for that reason. Yeah, whatever. I mean, this thing literally doesn't learn a grass move until it learns like Miracle Leaf like after Surge, and then you're like Miracle Leaf is trash at that point in the game. You're just waiting for Giga Drain after Erica. That it's not great. Shaman is a good Pokemon. Unfortunately, its move pool sucks. It's like the entire early game is Sleep Powder Miracle Leaf, which sucks, and then it learns like Mega Drain like after Surge, which also sucks. It's not good. Shaman Sky, however, but it is 600 base stat total, so it will get slotted above Sceptile. Shaman Sky is illegal. Like, you can't get this, and if you're playing properly. But if you like cheat the item, the Grisigia in or whatever, and you want to play with Shaman Sky, um, it is a decently performing grass flying type. I know I said grass flying types are terrible, which they are, but when you have a 600 base stat total grass flying type, it is usable with like 115 speed and 125 special attack. It's pretty good. Next one is Arceus. Again, this is illegal. You can't actually get grass type Arceus, but if you want to like cheat, if you want to cheat in the grass type Arceus and play with it for whatever reason because it has a good ability or something, it's obviously going to be broken. So it's gonna go very usable. Like a 720 base stat total, anything is gonna be good. Superior is like a less good version of Venusaur ish. Not. No, it's like a worse version of Shaman. It does like the same stuff as Shaman. It just doesn't get sleep powder. So, but it does get like knockoff and stuff. And I guess it is faster than Shaman. So it might be better than Shaman. I don't know. It's not good. Simi Sage is garbage. It's not garbage. It's straight up unusable. This thing is never getting used. Yeah, it's horrible. Leavanny is. I have used it. It is garbage, but I have actually used this thing in a run. So for that reason, I will not put it in unusable. I will actually put it right behind Mega Abomasnow because similar to Parasect, like it kind of serves the same purpose as Parasect. It just doesn't win. It doesn't win the fights that it's supposed to win. Like Parasect can swap into an Earthquake, tank it, tank a Drain Punch, and then win. Leavanny can't do that. So it just doesn't. It doesn't. Yeah. Um, Whimsicott. Whimsicott is like actually like you'd think this should be good. Like it's 85 special attack, I think. It's like 115 speed, decent special defense, pretty bad like below average. It's got like average special defense, below average physical defense. Typing is useful, right? Like if Blossom's here, like why is Whimsicott? We'll put Whimsicott here, which is crazy because why is Whimsicott and Blossom getting ranked above Pokemon that are actually have high stats? It's just the way Radical Red works. Typing wins over certain typings just win out over like honestly, if I had to choose between a Bellossom and a Whimsicott or a Garchomp in a run, I would probably take the Bellossom and the Whimsicott over the Garchomp. Which sounds insane, but that is sort of just how the game works. Like once you play this game enough, you kind of realize that. Lilligant is not. It's not great. It's borderline unusable. I don't know what its stats are. It doesn't get Quiver Dance, so it's obviously not like. But I think it's slow. I think its speed is like 90s, 85s. So it's not good. Hisuian Lilligant is definitely not in that case, though. Hisuian Lilligant we will put above Breloom, definitely. It's like 115 speed, 125 attack, which is good. We'll put it. I want to say, I mean, realistically, this thing is better than Mega Sceptile. Like, if you have a Hisuian Lilligant, like, it's gonna be able to do the job that it's supposed to, or it's just gonna die. Like, it's frail, right? So, but it learns good moves. It doesn't get Victory Dance, unfortunately, but whatever. Maractus, I don't know what the stats are, but I do know that it's bad, so we'll put it down here. Unusable. Pure grass types are just not great. Sawsbuck is a cool Pokemon. I do like the design. I'm trying to think of what the best Sawsbuck is. Not spring. Winter is cool. Fall is cool. Summer is cool. We'll do summer. Summer looks pretty good. Yeah, summer looks good. So the seasons are all the same. It doesn't matter. Stats are all the same. But it's a grass normal type, and it's a physical version of a grass normal type. It learns like jump kick. Basically, you're just going to be clicking return with this thing. I'm not sure if it gets body slam. I think it's using like stomp until it learns return. Stomp headbutt maybe until it learns return. In which case, and I think it does get Horn Leech, but that's at a point where this thing is way outscaled. So unfortunately, it's garbage. We'll put it like right behind the Leavanny because its stats are like not its stats are not garbage, but just the way the Pokemon works is it doesn't perform well. Amoonguss. Now, this is not PvP, so this thing is not gonna go like up here and most broken Pokemon of all time. But it is probably the bottom of usable. Like it gets Spore. It's not the bulkiest, but it's certainly more bulky than base Venusaur, right? Uh, and it gets Spore, and it gets Clear Small, and it does get Rage Powder. You do get Rage Powder in Hardcore. I've never actually used Rage Powder to my advantage, but in difficult double battles, I'm sure that you can figure out a way to use Rage Powder to your advantage. As long as you know, the problem is most difficult double battles have spread moves, so it doesn't really work. But if you know they don't, then it could work. Like you just sack this thing, click Rage Powder, sack it, and then hopefully win the fight as a result. Which is enough to get it into the into the usable tier. Ferrothorn is like good. Ferrothorn is like actually a very good Pokemon. Despite it's better. It's straight up. It's better than Ludicolo though. Like this thing does like it. You only get one ability on this thing. It doesn't get a hidden or it's just got one ability. Iron Thorns, which would be great if you could guarantee Iron Thorns, but unfortunately its ability is usually worse. But either way, it's slow. It is like negative speed stat, and it learns Gyro Ball, which is great. It's fantastic. It does not learn Spiky Shield, I think. Yeah, it doesn't learn Spiky Shield in Radical Red. That'd be cool. But and its only grass move is like Power Whip, which isn't great. It does learn Thunder Wave, but you're basically using this for gyro. Like you're bringing this into like rock type Pokemon, and then you're gyro or like fast physical mons that don't have fire or fighting type moves, and you click gyro ball, and you usually win. Like it's great, great typing. Next one, Virizion. So Virizion, cool Pokemon, right? Awesome design of a Pokemon. It's like I'm not sure what it is, a deer-ish type thing, stag. But it sucks. It's a great typing. Grass fighting is a great typing. Unfortunately, it's like even frailer. I think on the like grass fight being a grass fighting type in Radical Red means that you have to be physically bulky to be a successful grass fighting type. Virizion is the opposite. Virizion has like 127 special defense and like 72 defense, which does not work very well. And then it's got like 90-90 attack and special attack, which is like not. It definitely has the worst stat spread of all of the Gen 5 mythical or whatever. Yeah, the mythicals. Yeah. But I mean, it's a Virizion, right? So we'll put it. Well, it'll go above Sceptile, I guess. Like if you get a good ability, you could probably make it work. I'm sure. 107 base speed. Maybe. I probably couldn't, but maybe you guys can. Chestnut. This is our first and probably our only grass type Mon that is going to go, besides Arceus, that is going to go in the very usable tier. I mean, Chestnut is insane. Like, of the starters, like if someone walked up to me and said, "Oh, dude, like, what's the best? What do you think are the best starters in Radical Red as far as utility goes?" I would say, "Oh, immediate Skeledirge, Chestnut, Delphox, Hisuian, Samurott. Those four are probably the best. I might be Meganium, and yeah, that's that's pretty much the extent. Like those five are 100% the most useful. And I guess Swampert too. Swampert's just a fantastic type, but yeah, and Swampert. So those six are 100% the best starters performance wise in Radical Red. And I think Chestnut, Delphox, and Skeledirge are like slightly above the other three in those top six. And then Skeledirge is obviously the best. But yeah, Chestnut is just the prime example of what you want a grass fighting to do in Radical Red. Skiddo or Go-Goat is just a pure grass type that learns it learns ground moves, which is cool. So we'll put it above Sawsbuck. It's like bulky. It's actually no. This thing is actually it's not garbage. We'll put this thing like above Sceptile. Well, actually no. We'll put this thing above because it learns like stuff like Bulldoze and it's like decently bulky. This thing is okay, and with an ability, you could probably do okay, especially in the early game. Trevenant, like you've got Will-O-Wisp, you've got like Forest Curse, which I don't really know how to use Forest Curse, but I'm sure it could possibly get used. It's not good, but it is a ghost grass type, which probably brings it above the garbage tier into the bottom of ability dependent. We'll put it above Sceptile. I think that's right. That makes sense. Just like a grass ghost type is useful. Same with the I forgot this thing. It's not Pumpkaboo. It's Gorgeist. Gorgeist. It might actually be slightly better than Trevenant because I think it is bulkier and it is slightly bulkier. Trevenant has slightly more physical attack. This thing is slightly bulkier and then is a special attacker, which technically works better because of Hex. Like you're gonna Will-O-Wisp and then you're gonna click Giga Drain or Hex. So it just works better on the typing. Decidueye is a grass ghost, and the stats are better. Like the stats for this Pokemon are better in Radical Red. It has more speed than the vanilla game Decidueye, and for that reason, it's gonna go way high. It's better than Venusaur. It's better than its Hisuian for sure. Grass Ghost is um it's better than all of these. It's straight up. It's like up here. It's like it might even be usable. It might go like bottom of usable tier. Wait, no, this is yeah. So I'm gonna move up Amoonguss and I'm gonna move up Decidueye. Decidueye is like surprisingly good. Like it has Sucker Punch, it has U-turn, it has Shadow Sneak, it has the Spirit Lock, it has Leaf Blade, and it gets all of this stuff early. And it has like a ground. Pretty sure it gets a ground move as well. Oh yeah, it gets no. Yeah, it gets 1,000 arrows, which like why, like why does this thing get Zygarde's signature move? But it does, and it's got like 107 speed, which is decent. It's got like just over 100 speed and just over 100 physical attack. If it had less special attack and then more defense, just slightly, like 10 more defense and special defense, this thing would be really good. But it is definitely usable. Unfortunately, on the other hand, Hisuian Decidueye, which is a grass fighting great type, but it doesn't have the physical bolt. Like this thing can't beat Mega Gyarados, even though it's a grass fighting, and it resists every single one of Gyarados' moves. It can't beat Gyarados, which is crazy. One Dragon Dance on a Gyarados beats this thing on a Mega Gyarados. So it like one Dragon Dance on a Mega Gyarados does not beat Chestnut. Um, so for that reason, it loses like all of the functionality of even being Like that's like the main reason you want a grass fighting type, right? But it is way better than Breloom, and it is better than Hisuian Lilligant. We'll put it at bottom of usable. I'm sure, like it, like the move pool is fantastic. Like it gets Sucker Punch. It gets all the same moves that just base Decidueye gets outside of Spirit Lock and Shadow Sneak. Instead, this thing gets triple arrows, which is a good move. So it's just not. It's not as useful as base Decidueye. Like if you had to choose between one of the two, you're probably gonna want to choose base Decidueye and wait for a Chestnut or something. Lurantis is garbage. This is a pure grass type. It's not a bug type, which is kind of surprising. Or is it a bug type? No, it's a pure grass type. Yeah, despite being a bug. But it does it learn good moves. It learns like Solar Blade. And it's nah. It has like high. It has high attack. Nah, you're not using this. We'll put it in front. It definitely of every single one of these Pokemons in this list, it does have the best stats by far. It just doesn't have any priority, which is why it's slightly behind the Bulbasaur. Not that the bottom tier matters. Foamant or whatever this thing is, I forget what this thing is called. It's called I forget. Oh no, it's Loon. I don't know. The Shinotic. Um, yeah, this thing is good. It's a grass fairy, and it's actually a better grass fairy than these grass fairies. It's almost as good as Meganium, just not quite. Mainly because it's even slower. Like this thing, I think underspeeds the Mega Ampharos, so it doesn't beat Mega Ampharos. Because you swap in, you're immune to a Dragon Pulse, and then you don't get any damage off, and he clicks Volt Switch. So you're just taking free Volt Switches with this. Whereas Meganium gets a free Mega Drain off, or gets a free Draining Kiss off before he Volt Switches. So, but besides that, it still beats the Sceptile. It's probably a close fight, but it could, I think, beat the Sceptile. It doesn't, or does it get Draining Kiss? I don't know if this actually gets Draining Kiss. I think it just gets Giga Drain and then it gets Moonblast. And now Moonblast is good, but sometimes this typing wants like to win through attrition more so. So yeah, we'll drop it down. We'll put it above like it's definitely not. We'll put it above critically. And I don't know if this thing learns toxic. I can't remember. It probably doesn't. This thing, I also forget the name, Sarina. It's like the same situation as Lurantis, except it's like better stats, and it does learn moves, but it's not. It doesn't learn like until the late games. So we'll put it here. Like triple kick isn't a thing until late game. A triple axle isn't a thing until late game, and it's not that good. Its stats are pretty good though. I wish it worked better. I just wish it had like an additional typing. Like if this was a grass fighting type, it would do really well. And if Lurantis was a grass bug type, it would do much better than Leavanny. It would almost do as good as Parasect, almost. But unfortunately, they're pure grass types, so they don't do well. Grass type Silvally. I forget where I've been putting Silvally. It's usually like bottom of usable because like sure it gets 18 types or 18 abilities, but like you're not getting to Cinema. Like, and if you cheat it in for whatever reason, then you obviously know what the ability is going to be, and it's going to be good. So we'll put it at the bottom of usable. Delmise, Grass Ghost, Delmise and Delmise, the Sevi Delmise. The Sevi Delmise I think is actually better because it's like a better version of Ludicola. Like it's a water grass type that does well into like as a physical answer, which is great. But that being said, Delmise is still useful. It's not as good as no, it's not as good as any of these. We'll put it at the no, but it is useful. Its ability doesn't really matter. We'll put it above Sylvally because it gets Shadow Sneak. It gets I don't even remember the base. The grass water one. The Sevi Delmise gets great moves. I don't I don't use the base Delmise that much in Radical Red. I don't remember what its physical moves are. Besides like Anchor Shot, right? But Tapu Bulu is it's fantastic. I it might even actually be better than Chestnut. I don't know. It's difficult, but this thing is insane. This thing is perfect. It's the perfect grass. It's the perfect grass fairy type. Like Meganium is really good, but Meganium is not perfect. Tapu Bulu is the ideal grass fairy type. Like it just wins everything you want to grass. It wins if you need a grass fairy type. Kartana is like not. It's difficult to rank. I really don't like this mon. If this mon had like slightly more speed, it would be busted. But it is usable, right? The chances of you getting a good ability on these freaking things, on these ultra beasts are just so low that it irritates me every time. I always get like garbage abilities. Um, but or and like a laughable ability on this thing is when you get like Ice Scales Kartana. Like, oh, sick. I got an Ice Scales Kartana. It's still paper thin into special attacks. It's like basically not having an ability. But it learns cut early. It learns razor leaf, or I forget what the grass type move that it learns is early. But eventually it gets leaf blade, like in the mid game. It learns like aerial ace. I think it learns brick break until you get sacred sword. Um, it's obviously good. It's just like it doesn't do what Ferrothorn does. Like it doesn't win the fights that Ferrothorn wins, but it could like function in some of them. Like we'll put it like right below Decidueye. If this thing gets a good ability, it's busted. Like it's fantastic. But unfortunately, it's tough. That's a difficult Pokemon to use. Like its HP it has no HP and it has no special defense. So like there's few battles that you could really fit that in comfortably. Yeah, okay. So what's this stupid thing called? Why am I forgetting the name of this Pokemon? It's the last version of Pokemon before I stopped playing the vanilla games. Whatever. Oh, Rillaboom. Yeah, Rillaboom's fantastic. This thing is the only thing that is holding this thing from this top tier is it's a pure grass type. And for that reason it's gonna go down like below actually Ferrothorn is gonna go above Mega Venusaur. It's gonna go straight down in front of Mega Therathorn. Like having knockoff, having U-turn, I think it learns U-turn, it learns fake out. It learns drum beating. Drum beating is a great skill. Like it's a great move. Lowering the speed is like just great. And it's got bulk, it's got great attack, and it's got like middling speed, whatever. It's got good HP. It, its stat spread is fantastic. It's just unfortunately it's a pure grass type, so it holds it back. Like if this thing was like literally anything, like what would a monkey be? Like grass fighting maybe or grass I mean, if this thing was grass fighting, it would. I guess it would be like it would be similar to chestnut, I guess. I don't know, but I wish it had a secondary typing. Mega Rillaboom is not a thing. I wish it was. That would be cool. Eldegoss, I have never used. I think it's a pure grass type, and it probably sucks. So we'll put it like behind Carnivine, I guess. I don't know. D- Flapple is not good. It's not good. We'll put it like right above Sceptile. In fact, I actually think it's worse than Sceptile. But it's not. I mean, nah, this thing is going top of garbage. It's going in the top of garbage. It's just not good. It's not good. Its counterpart, on the other hand, Appleton is is fantastic. This thing is actually usable. Like this thing is probably the best grass dragon type in the game, maybe. Yeah, it's better than Mega Sceptile for sure. And it's got bulk. It's got like recover. Like this thing straight up knows recover, which is great. It's better than all of these. It's probably not quite as good as Decidueye, I'd say. In fact, Tangrowth and hmm, yeah, this is debatable, but the Appleton is good. Like it learns good, like Gravity Apple or whatever it learns. The good moves, good stats. And then the mega for them is I don't really know. So they each have a mega separately, but obviously you get their megas from like an optional fight that you're never gonna do. Because even if you have an Appleton, you're not really gonna be looking for its mega. But let's say you're trying to meme and you want Appleton and it's mega. Its mega is obviously better than Appleton itself. So it gets like way more special attack and like slightly more bulk, and like speed doesn't matter. So like it's gonna be like above. It'll probably be like above Torterra. Say like Mega Appleton is like if like Appleton's a good mon. If you add 100 extra stat on top of it, it's gonna be good. Zygarde is unfortunately really weird because it is basically useless in the early game. It learns like Jungle Heal and Vine Whip or something. Like its moves are a joke for like almost half of the game. Like until after Erica, this thing is useless. Possibly even after Sabrina. But it's a 600 base stat with good stat spread. It is usable, but I'm not gonna rank it that high in usable because like I'll put it above the ones that it's obviously better than, but I'm gonna put it behind Kartana because Kartana can get used in the early game. This thing, if you're using this thing in the early game, it's basically just simply due to the fact that it is the best defensive option that you have for like something like Surge or Misty. But clicking Vine Whip or Bite is like you're gonna probably not even be two-shotting, even at that stage of the game. You're probably gonna be three-shotting, and like I don't know, I'm not sure, but I'm rarely choosing to grab this mod in the early game. Yeah. What's next? Calyrex does exist, and it is complete and utter garbage. So it's straight up garbage. It's like it's worse than Leavanny. It's worse than Sawsbuck. It might be better. It's no. Its base stat total is like 80s all around or something. It's bad. Uh, uh yeah. It's no. It's real bad. It's unusable. This thing is unusable. Yeah. You're not using pure calculus. Yeah. Sorry if that hurts anyone's feelings. Obviously, what it like if you're cheating in the Calyrex Ice Rider or Calyrex Shadow Rider, they're fantastic. But Calyrex himself, it's not good. Meowscarada is, however, okay. It's a grass dark type, which has utility. Unfortunately, it sucks. It's frail. It's got too much special attack for being a physical attacker, which holds it back. It's got like 120 speed or something, and like 110 attack or something like that, or 100 or something like that. It learns U-turn. It learns flower trick is cool, but it's not cool enough to bring this thing like out of ability dependent. So we'll keep it in ability dependent. It's not bulky enough to be like. It's not fast enough to be in front of Electrode. Uh, we can put it in front of Celebi. It's probably in front of Celebi. Like knockoff, flower trick, U-turn, and it learns like play rough or it learns a lot of different typings. Not that you're going to be clicking play rough on this, but okay. Arboliva, a grass normal type, similar to Sawsbuck. It's just that I actually think this thing is better than Sawsbuck for some reason, simply due to the fact that I think it has higher special attack than Sawsbuck has attack, and its speed is relevant, so it's not wasting stat and speed. Whereas Sawsbuck has like some middling, like 95 speed or something, which is like useless. This thing has like 30 speed, which is surprisingly more useful because it has like more bulk. It has more bulk. And for that reason, we are going to put it at the top of garbage. Because, in fact, I don't know why Flapple's up here. Flapple can go in front of Roserade. Yeah, I mean it's like it has like it does it get used like it can get used in Surge for something. It can get used in Misty. It can get used in like some water fights, some water battle fights, some boss fights. Maybe, yeah. It doesn't learn Leech Seed unfortunately, so like that sucks. But and then we're getting to the last here. Bramblegast is I mean it's a ghost. It's a ghost grass type. It's just that this thing is definitely bad because of its typing. It's a gross grass type. It's not nearly as good as Trevenant. I don't even think it learns Shadow Sneak, so it doesn't have that option, and its stats suck. So its whole like thing is built around Wind Rider, which it's not going to have in a randomized Nuzlocke. So Toad's Cruel is useful. I mean, it's like a special version of Torterra, right? It's faster than Torterra. It's specially bulkier than Torterra, and it has more special attack than Torterra. Is that particularly useful? No, it's not nearly as useful as Torterra because this typing is similar to grass fighting, where you want it to be a physically bulky set rather than a especially bulky set. But I'm sure there's some utility in it. Like it does get Spore eventually, so for that, it's a fast Spore user, fast-ish Spore user. So for that reason, we'll put it like in front of Shinotic, like a mid-game fast Spore user, maybe. Um, Scovillain is garbage. The typing's cool, or I don't even actually know. Is Fire Grass a good typing? Probably not. This thing's a menace if you take the Sun route. Or no, it's not. No, this isn't in Radical Red. There's a boss fight in the grueling gold when you enter after you beat the eighth gym and you enter the path to go towards the Elite Four for the first time towards Kanto. There's a Sun route. The first boss fight you fight on basically the Victory Road, the path before Victory Road. And you fight a freaking Scovillain with chlorophyll, and it's difficult. It's a tough Pokemon to fight under chlorophyll conditions. You're not going to have a chlorophyll Scovillain, which means it's garbage. So it's just where in the garbage tier is this going to go? I mean, simply due to the fact that it is a fire type, and fire types are generally useful in Radical Red, we'll put it above. We'll put it above Roserade. And then we've got, I don't know what the name of this Pokemon. It's like Wo-Chien. I'll just throw it. It's probably Wo-Chien. Let's say yeah, Wo-Chien, Chien-Pao, Ting-Lu, and Chi-Yu. Yeah, this is Wo-Chien. Um, it's bulky, right? It's bulky. It learns Giga Drain. It doesn't learn Leech Seed. It doesn't. It learns like Dark Pulse, I think. Doesn't learn Snarl. It's not great, but it's like one of the less good grass dark types, you could say. But it's certainly better than everything here, right? Yeah, it's gonna perform better than everything here, simply due to its HP stat and its bulk stat. And you just sit there and click Giga Drain, which is boring, but sometimes you have to do that. Iron Leaves is grass. It's grass psychic, which sucks. But unfortunately, or not unfortunately, fortunately for this, its stats are way better than almost every single other grass psychic in the game. So we will go ahead and put it at bottom, actually bottom of usable, because I have used this thing. No, I had like an electric. I had like it was like Surge Surfer, and I brought it to Surge Rematch, and this thing did fantastic because it has a signature move that is boosted in electric terrain. I forget what the move is called. It's called Psycho or no, I forget what it's called. But then with Surge Surfer, this thing does really well in Go2 or not Go2. Surge Rematch. Brute Bonnet. Brute Bonnet is just the best. It's just the best. The best grass dark type Pokemon in the game, I would say. And it's gonna go. It's gonna go in front of Rillaboom. Rillaboom is more useful in the early game, but this thing is way more useful for past like mid game and later. Because it learns payback, which is strong. It doesn't learn a grass type move until you teach it Bullet Seed, and then eventually it learns Leaf Blade, and it learns Leaf Blade and Sucker Punch around the same time, and then after Sabrina it learns Spore, which doesn't really matter because this thing's so slow that basically what you do on this thing is you swap it into a resisted, tank a hit, you click Payback, and then you click Sucker Punch, or you click Leaf Blade and then you click Sucker Punch, or on the with you put a wide lens on this thing and then you just Bullet Seed the Stun Fisk on the stupid sand route, or the Swampert. You Bullet Seed the Swampert. I think it's faster than the Swampert. I'm not sure. The Swampert has a negative speed nature with 65 base speed. So if you go like Jolly on this thing, you can probably one shot the Swampert. Or you definitely can one shot the Swampert. Yeah, so that's it. So grass is a weird one because we have two Pokemon and very usable. So just take a brief gander now that we're at the end and just check out the usable tier and then throw a complaint down if you see something that you think should be um, higher up. I really don't. I mean, grass is not a good type. And I think we gave enough credit to the Pokemon up here in this tier list that are useful, but they're certainly not S tier Pokemon like these two. And then Arceus is whatever. Arceus is an Arceus. All right, that's the grass type checked off. See you guys in the next one.